In the majestic Rift Valley of East Africa, a rich tapestry of cultures has evolved over centuries. The Sand People, also known as the Bushmen, were the first inhabitants of this land, living in harmony with nature. Later, southern Kushite peoples arrived, followed by eastern Kushites, who brought with them new technologies and ways of life. As the first millennium AD dawned, the Kikuyu people referred to the original inhabitants as the Athi, or ground people, and oral traditions tell of the Kikuyu paying the Athi to move into their land. The Athi are believed to be either the Kushites or the original Sand People. Over time, various waves of Bantu and Nilotes arrived, each bringing their own languages and customs. The Highland Nilotes, including the Kalenjin cluster, were among the first to arrive, followed by the Plains Nilotes, including the Maasai, Teso, Karamojong, and Turkana. These groups intermingled and formed new communities, with the Kushite peoples often being referred to as Dorobo, a term meaning poor people or those without cattle. The Dorobo groups were diverse and distinct, with their own languages, cultures, and traditions. The Okiek, Mukogodo, Masairo, Aramanic, Kisankasa, Mediak, and El Molo were just a few of the many groups that made up the Dorobo community. Some, like the Okiek, maintained their cultural identity and language, while others, like the Mukogodo, adopted the language and customs of their Nilotic neighbors. Despite their cultural differences, the Dorobo groups shared a common experience of being marginalized and absorbed into the dominant Nilotic cultures. Many lost their traditional ways of life and languages, but some groups have managed to maintain their identity and cultural heritage. Today, the Dorobo people continue to face challenges in preserving their cultural identity and language. However, efforts are being made to promote and preserve their rich cultural heritage, and their story is an important part of East Africa's history and identity. The Okiek, for example, are a widely dispersed group, but they have maintained their cultural identity and language. They are the metal worker clan of the Kikunyoki and other Maasai tribes, and many are bilingual in Kipsigis and Maasai. The Mukogodo Maasai, on the other hand, consider themselves a sub-tribe of the Maasai and speak the Maasai language. The Mediak and Mosiro of Tanzania speak languages related to the Nandi language in Kenya, and many of the Mosiro now speak Maasai. The El Molo, an Eastern Kushite group, still speak their traditional language, while others speak Samburu or Turkana. The Chamu, another old people, speak Samburu, as do the Arial Rendil, who are Eastern Kushites now speaking the Nilotic Samburu language. The Arial are not called Dorobo, but share a similar cultural history. Related peoples in Tanzania still speak Southern Kushite languages like Mbugu and Iraq. The different peoples need to be targeted in the languages they now speak, and efforts are being made to promote and preserve their cultural heritage. In conclusion, the story of the Dorobo people is one of resilience, adaptability, and cultural diversity. Despite centuries of migration and cultural exchange, they have managed to maintain their identity and cultural heritage. And their story is an important part of East Africa's history and identity.